morning. This is day 51 and we just got a ride around the fire closure. We're at Cajon Pass and we've already started hiking. Cajon Pass, there's the people love, but we didn't stop there, but you can hear, if you listen, you can see a little bit. I-15 right there behind us. And so we're just starting this day. It was supposed to be sunny, but it doesn't look very sunny to me. And there's a little bit of a drizzle of rain. I got my raincoat on. But you know, I think once we get away from that freeway and the noise of it, this would be a really pretty walk. It looks, there's a nice little canyon here that we're walking near and above. And yeah, so we don't think we're going to go too terribly far today. We got a pretty late start. It's already after 9 by the time we got on the trail. And the weather for the next few days isn't looking so great. So we want to try to stay at a lower elevation before the real weather comes in. Because we don't want to be at 8,000 feet when it starts to snow up there. So we'll probably take some slow days here. Low mileage days. To stay down in the lower elevations where it's not as cold. So anyway, we're gonna hike today, maybe 10 miles, 8-10 miles. What do you think?
We're gonna find a nice place to camp, then
Okay.
we're gonna need to find a place that'll shelter us from the wind.
Yeah, we need to find a place that'll shelter us from the wind. So when we find that, we'll just stop and camp wherever we feel like it. So probably 8 miles or so. So if I see anything that is really pretty on the way there, I'll take pictures of it and show it to you. Well, it's cold again. We're at our campsite. First day out after taking a zero in Wrightwood. And we had to get that ride around this morning. The fire closure, and we started at Cajon Pass or Cajon Junction. And we hiked 12 miles. We started kind of late, so 12 miles wasn't bad. We really had planned on stopping at 10 miles, but when we got up to the site, it was too windy and it probably just wouldn't have been a good place. So the next place that we found water that had a place that we could stop and camp, we did. You know, I really did enjoy Wrightwood. Wrightwood was a really nice town. I really enjoyed the holistic health day spa that we stayed at. The hostesses there, the people who own it and run it, go by Kitty Hawk and Mamacita Mama Bear. And they were really nice people and very hospitable, very accommodating. Gave us rides everywhere we needed to go, whether it was the post office or the store or just to go into town to get dinner or anything that we needed. Also, they gave rides, you know, picked us up at the trailhead so that we didn't have to hitchhike into town. So it was a really nice day. And it was very clean, and the beds were very comfortable. They have something for everyone. If you don't want to stay in a private room, you don't want to spend that much, you can stay on one of the cots in a common room or a pull-out bed or something. Or you can, if you don't want to pay that much, you can put your tent out in our yard. And regardless of what you do, she gives you a shower and the foot soak. Now the Epsom salt foot soak ended up being my favorite thing, I think. My feet felt so good after that. She had one of the little foot spas that bubbles and gets warm. So that was a treat for my feet. So it was a good place to stay, and we really did enjoy it. And while we were there, we got all our resupply. So we have heavy backpacks again. So today was a heavy day, but and then when we got up there at the 10-mile mark, that's why we only wanted to do 10 miles, because our bags were so heavy. It was kind of a disappointment to have to keep walking 2 miles, but at least the next 2 miles were downhill. So it wasn't quite as bad as it could have been. And anyway, we got here to our campsite, found a place. Let me show you the water source. Nice little water source here. It's got a little waterfall. Got all the water we need. This water is not on the map. We did not know we were going to be able to have a place with water like this until we saw it. We just had to trust that God would provide, and He always does, and He did again. So George just finished getting all the water there, and we're going to sit down and make ourselves some dinner, enjoy the view while we wait for the dinner and eat, and then we'll probably go to bed early because we're tired.
And freezing. It's cold.
That's true. It's cold. It's cold again, and it's going to be cold for the next few days, and I don't like that, but it's the way it's got to be. So we got everything we need to stay warm, so we'll stay warm even though it's cold. All right, good night from day 52 or 51. I'll have to check, but I think today was 51 and tomorrow's 52. I'll check. I'll let you know in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's day 52 for sure. We're going to hike about 11.5 miles today. It's supposed to not rain today, so that's good. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. We're going to hike 11.5 miles today, and our plan is to have a hostel owner come and pick us up at the end of today. The Hostel California. Right, yeah, the Hostel California. So our plan is to have him come pick us up today at the end of our hiking day. and so we'll spend the night there. And probably because of the rain tomorrow, we're not going to hike in the rain, because the temperatures are going to be down into it's going to be a high of 50 degrees tomorrow, so we don't want to be hiking in the rain in that kind of weather. It'll just be too cold and wet. So that's the plan, is to hike 11.5 miles today, and then get picked up, spend the night at the hostel, spend tomorrow at the hostel in the rain, well, so inside instead of in the rain, and then get back out on the trail the next morning and hike some more. So last night was great. We had it was really cold, but we had a nice camp spot that was that's pretty much surrounded by trees and stuff, so that we didn't get very much wind in our at our tent. So my blankets and all my layers were able to keep me warm. That was nice, because it did get really cold. It's so cold right now. My fingers, I've had to get them wet a couple times this morning doing stuff, and so cold. I'm hiking with my sweater on for at least a little while this morning. It's so cold. But it was a really good night. Had a good sleep, nice rest, and we're ready to hike. Get one more look at our view. You can see it's pretty cloudy. It's not supposed to rain today. It doesn't look like it will. And we had this beautiful stream, and I showed you that really pretty sunset from this morning. And you look like you're about ready to go.
Yeah, put my phone in airplane mode.
Yep, that's what we got to do. And you see, we were covered by all this. There's a wall of dirt there, and then there's all these trees around us. We only had one side open. That really made for a nice campsite last night. I think that God really blessed us with that. So off we go. If I see anything that I think is pretty or interesting on the way today, I'll take pictures of it and show it to you. And now we hike. It's a nice view for our lunch. Sitting here at a little grotto with has a little waterfall right there, and gonna have some lunch. And it's been a really good day so far. No rain, no clouds. It's really beautiful. So yeah, we're enjoying the day. Okay, well, it was a really good day of hiking, and now we are at Hostel, California, right?
Yes, Hostel, California.
So we have a nice room here, and it's a nice area. It's in Lake Arrowhead, and it's real nice. And
So you get the shortest.
there's room for plenty of people, and there's we can. Yeah, so this would be real nice. And here's the downstairs living room. We have use of the kitchen.
I mean, because I see different kinds of pine.
We don't have the percentage.
Place to eat.
Okay.
Marshall, do you mind to film you? Yeah, so this is a great place.
Want my ugly mug?
Well, you know, it's got a nice patio and view too.
Yeah.
So, very good. So, would you say that's some kind of icy precipitation out there, George? I'm looking at
Right now, it looks like it's half rain, half snow.
Look at the cover, the table canopy, whatever, umbrella. Is that ice?
Yep, it's ice.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be hiking in that. One of the girls that stayed here last night went, and she's hiking 21 miles in this today, and then she'll be back at the end of the day.
Her trail name is Push.
That's true. Her trail name is Push. She's a real nice lady. I'll just be praying for her every time I think of her today. But
she's slack packing.
that's true. It's easier than having the whole heavy pack. So, but still, 21 miles in this weather. But I'm warm and cozy, and I'm happy about that. And maybe we won't have much to do today, but
We're fair weather hikers.
yeah. Although we are planning on going to the malt shop for lunch today. I guess a lot of hikers like to go to the malt shop here in town. So,
I don't know, I'm trying to watch my weight.
are you? Well, you're losing it as you walk. How much have you lost?
I was 177 when we started, and I was 153 when I stepped on the scale a couple days ago.
Yeah. So you can have a hamburger at the malt shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you the malt shop when we get there. So this is day 53. Even though we're not hiking, I still count the days. So
We are, 29 or 39 miles from Big Bear Lake.
Yep.
Our elevation ranges are going to go from 6,000 to 89.
Yeah. That's after Big Bear Lake.
Yeah, I don't think we actually hit 9,000.
No, we don't hit 8,000 until after Big Bear Lake. So, but it's going to get high, and that means the weather's going to get cold.
And snow. Now it's snow.
That's snow, but it shouldn't be actually snowing when we're hiking in the next week.
That's correct.
But there will be snow on the ground, it looks
I
like.
couldn't afford to stay here too many days.
Right. So,
Look at that.
look at it coming down. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It's hard to see in video, but it's coming down. All right, we'll see you later. All right, so I'm going to video a little bit of it. Looks like Marshall's hiker hash. You said you learned how to make this when you were hiking the CDT?
Yep.
Yep.
Easter morning in New Mexico.
Cool. Well, it looks wonderful.
Looking at the top on the first real mountain you get on. There's
Okay.
Rancher family up there.
Well, thank you very much. It looks delicious. Now we're getting some accumulation of snow. Well, we're going to be going up in the mountains uphill from here tomorrow. And there's probably going to be snow on the ground still tomorrow by the time we do that. But at least it won't be snowing or raining while we go. It's supposed to warm up, so maybe it'll melt. Oh, well, it's beautiful. But it's weird for May.
Can you see all that snow out there? We didn't think it was going to snow this much. The weather reports that we looked at didn't say anything about this much snow. I think it's kind of a surprise. Well, I don't think we'll go out to the malt shop today. I think we'll stay in for lunch. Don't want to be out in this weather. So I'll end the video here and start a new one when we get out on the trail tomorrow. We'll see you then.